Are you thinking about living in Destin but want more options? Today I'm going to show you a couple of homes that are only minutes away from the Destin area and minutes away from the beach here in Miramar Beach. And I have such a treat for you coming in here for the first one here. Let's go ahead and get into here. Let's see a bit of paradise when it comes here to Miramar Beach. Let's go ahead and check out inside. All right, guys, let's go ahead and head inside. All right, as we first get in here, some of the things that we notice immediately in this absolutely gorgeous home here is all of the updated features that they've done. So even though they purchased this back a couple of years ago, they've done all new painting, interior, exterior that you've seen. We have tile all the way throughout here. This is really nice tile in here with all these updates. And of course, this space feels so big, even though it's around 3,000 square feet, it feels so much bigger with the canned lighting and these 12-foot ceilings. And of course, when we go into these, we're always looking at the details, right? When you're paying for this mount, which of course I promised to give you here towards the end of this video, it's all about the detail. So we have crown molding all throughout here within this home. So you'll notice that detail. So first off, we look over here and here is the formal dining. Now, they did a fantastic job putting this together as far as the furniture. And I will tell you with this specific unit that the furnishings are coming with it. Surprisingly enough, here in Florida, we can actually add real property in real property contracts. We can put personal property, surprisingly enough. In other states that I've sold real estate, that hasn't been the case. So no bill of sale needed. All right, so let's move on in here to the living area. So you can see that they put in a custom wine bar over here. Look at the detail that they put into this. You can tell this is really quality wood throughout here. Personally, if this was my wine bar, it would have a lot more bottles, but you know, do it your own. And then we're moving on over here. We have the master, which is right down this hallway here. And of course, the office, which is still technically a bedroom, but we're gonna keep going. So next, we're just going to start exploring the other side of the house. I promise we're going to come back to these other parts, but there's so much. Again, I got my cheat sheet as always to show you the rest here. So let's keep going. As we enter into this area here, we have our dine-in breakfast area, and of course, this updated kitchen. Now, a lot of the updates that you're going to see in the bathrooms and in the kitchen were all done a couple of years ago. So it's 2023. When they first bought this home, and they brought it all up to the modern standard that you're gonna find specifically here in this area, over here in the Burnt Pines Golf Course area. So we have this awesome area outside. Again, sorry to keep teasing you with these, but there's so much going on in this house. We are gonna go out and check out the lanai pool area. And of course, we're off the golf course over there on hole number 4. So again, here's the another living area here. This is probably the mainly used family room. This has tons and tons of natural light through here. You can see that they've put in a ton of work here. Love the decorations throughout. Just fantastic. Before we move on, we have this gas fireplace in here. It can be set to different types of lighting all throughout, and really nice. Obviously, we don't have to worry too much about that heat with that TV above. And that's a really good sized TV, just to give you a little bit more of an idea of the space. All right, so I'm excited to show you a little bit more into here. So we're gonna go see the first of the 4 bedrooms. Immediately here to the left, we do have a good sized closet. There's me, hey! And then down the hallway here, you do have your exit out to this completely covered lanai, right? Screened in, covered lanai. And then we do have the bathroom. Now this is really nice too, because it's off the main house. If you're coming in for the pool and you need to use the restroom, you're not getting a whole lot of water everywhere else. You can see too that all the ceilings, they are that 12-foot ceiling. This is a single vanity. It's got the nice marble countertops in here, your commode, and this custom shower that they put in. Now this was another one of those updates that they had put in here. All the ones you're gonna have are gonna have this glass encasing, and of course it's gonna have your cutouts for everything that you need. Moving into the first bedroom. So this is a queen size bed, just to give you an idea of the space in here. These are really nice, good sized closets as well. I would open them up, but I just try not to invade their privacy. This home specifically is somebody's second vacation home, so second home, but it's what you're gonna expect for your standard type of closets in here. Now the great news is, as we come over here and you wake up, and if you're an avid golfer like I am, but probably way better, you get to look out there to the fourth hole out there and somebody doing way better at golf than me. Okay, perfect. Let's keep moving in here. So again, as we exit out here, again, I told you we'll get into this kitchen, we'll step outside, but I just want to show you a little bit more about this bar area, because the feel of this room is phenomenal. It's got such a great flow, really good character to it. But let's head down this hallway to another master bedroom. This is not the primary, but since we do have a bathroom attached to it, it is technically a master. So immediately what I see here is these tall ceilings. We have all different types of ceiling fans throughout here, all quality work. And we have these big windows right above the bed. You couldn't have positioned this better. This is a king size bed as well. Lots and lots of space in here, despite the amount of space that your king size bed is going to take up. And did a really good job in here. Well, let's go in. This is another custom upgrade that they did for the home. As soon as they moved in here, again, we have that tile throughout, but we have that single vanity. You gotta love all the fixtures that are within here, these big mirrors, lots of natural light, a big old soak tub in here too. Really fantastic job here, and I love this shower as well. So this is one of those ones that you don't necessarily need the glass door on the one side. So let's step over here so that you can see that. And it's got the two dual for the shower head and the handheld. It does have that cutout in here, and all of this tile is going all the way up to the ceiling. Of course, we all know that that's really good to keep things clean. You don't have to worry about water damage, but honestly, just seeing the separation between the two really makes it feel more luxurious. Something else that we don't typically see in here, but I keep finding little pieces of it, is it looks like we do have some wall coverings in here, right? I kind of like this. I don't know about you guys, but every once in a while there's these unique rooms that we do find. This is just your area in the commode, but it seems like every time that I come into these really, really nice homes, there's usually some sort of half bath or area like this that does have wall coverings or wallpaper. It's been out of style for a little bit, but I love the uniqueness that comes to it. Matter of fact, I've gone through some of these homes that maybe haven't been completely rehabbed like this, and we see tile that's an avocado color. Kind of crazy, but it kind of brings that life to it. But let's keep going into this house here. We're gonna continue down, and before we get into the kitchen, let's show what these other rooms are here to the right. So what we do have is a big laundry area. It's always good to have a wash sink in here. But the one thing I absolutely love in this is that we do have so much storage. So much storage in here. You'll be able to collect as many things as you want in your washroom. And then these just big, big washer and dryers in here. Of course, you got to have the bottom part on here for extra storage as well. I mean, what one isn't complete with that? All right. And then right here, if you are coming in through the garage, we do have this great 2-car garage here. It's got the separate doors in here. If you are gonna be in the Sandestin community, it just makes sense that we're gonna have at least 1 or 2 golf carts in here. Of course, you can put your others in one for the cart or however that you would like. Now this has been recently redone. Of course, the flooring throughout here has been. It's got that nice covering. Of course, you always got that beer fridge in here. You know, this is where we're gonna get ready to head over to the beach. Or since we're in Sandestin, there's just so many other things we can do. Go out, go fishing, jump on your boat, whatever. Now, as I am in here, I could see the HVAC unit over here. That's about 2 years old as well. Single HVAC unit in this home, despite its size. All right, let's keep on moving. All right, I told you I'd get here. I wasn't lying to you. We're in the kitchen now. All right, we have lots of lighting. You can see as I pan up here, all the recessed lighting here throughout the house. This really brightens it up. They did a great job with the paint throughout here, and all the other fixtures just really, really pops. What you could tell through here too is that all of these stainless steel appliances, they are all the Thermador. Every single one is the same. These are those soft closed doors, and if you don't know what those are, that means even these aren't gonna slam on you, right? Of course, we all have a junk drawer, all right? We all saw it, we won't deny it. This here, this countertop is actually Taj Mahal, and I'm happy to show you here a little bit later in the main master bath that they put that same sort of quartz. This is a quartz countertop that they put in there as well. Now, I just love how this bounces off, how it has the light. Of course, we do have our farmhouse sink in here. If you've seen any of my other previous videos, I'm a huge fan of this. If you're cleaning pots and pans, try to get those dual sinks, get it out of here. I don't want to even be bothered with it. Nope. All right, and go over here. There's a good size island. Now, one thing that you may or may not notice when you do come into the kitchen, right, is that I love to cook, and so does my wife. And if we don't have enough room to move around, both of us frantically while entertaining or, you know, having family or whatever over, it's, we're at each other's throats, all right? But when we go into a place like this, it is split up pretty well. Even if this island wasn't here first, if they did put this in during the remodel, it flows really well. There's enough room for us to move around. There's enough counter space out here to have all the devices that you want. And it's good. I'm not saying it's just 2 people frantically running around. I mean, that's what we do. But if you've got a significant other or multiple people going to be in here, kids snacking on things before they're ready, yeah, this is the perfect size for that. But let's keep going around. All right, so we can see in here, we still do have that same. And of course, with these upgrades, you're always gonna have those extra electrical outlets throughout, even here on the island. We got a nice updated gas range. Love this. And you do have the microwave. It's just here in the counter. It's not a convection, it's your regular microwave, which is kind of nice because I know a lot of us don't know how to use it. This is great too, that we don't have a recirculation fan in here. This is actually a vent that vents outside the home. Of course, this is what we would want, you know, when you're paying this price for this type of property. Okay, so this is not just the end of this. We still have our stainless steel appliances throughout. Lots of extra storage space in here. Now this is really interesting too, as we step towards here, just so that we can reorient ourselves. That's the front door. And then we do have a large pantry, walk-in pantry here. Now if that wasn't enough room, you're like, Tim, that's not enough. I get you. So there's another one right over here, which they've used as a broom closet for that extra storage. And just so that you know, we still go up nice and high for more storage on the top. And I will admit that I am only 5'8", all right? Don't hold that against me, but I'm gonna need a stepladder in there. So if I did, it'd be in that closet. Just saying, I don't know if there was one in here. We got short people in this house? Nope, they're all tall. Okay, so you may need to invest in one of those. Heck, I'll throw it in if you guys want to go ahead and purchase this. It'd be my closing gift to you. All right, let's keep going. And we're gonna head outside. But before we do, I just want to show you, because I know most of the time if this is going to be your second home, you're bringing the family out, this is where you guys are coming to vacation or winter over, whatever you guys are going to do. Golf vacation, heck yeah. Anyway, you're gonna spend a lot of time out here entertaining, so you have an access to the TV. I'm a big football guy, so I wanna watch sports over here, and I still pretty much have command of the room all throughout here. Even though it's not a perfectly open concept, it has its own separate spaces, I can see and tell from the kitchen pretty much what's going on in all the main areas of the home. So I think that's pretty awesome and definitely something we should consider. All right, let's head outside. Okay, all right, so as you would anticipate for something as lovely as what we just walked through, you're gonna have this really nice outdoor area. So this is a goodnight pool in here. That means it doesn't have a liner. This has just been resurfaced. We do live in Florida, so it's not as clean as it possibly could be, but don't hold that against them. All right, that's just the weather. But really nice pool in here, nice and deep. And of course, we do have the spa that is located here right to the end. And we could tell that, you know, we got a flamingo that wishes it was hanging out in here too. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. As we pan over, that was that other room on the other end, which I'll go ahead and show you. And this is all screened in. We call this a lanai. So if you're not familiar, so we have a large lanai that's connected through the house. And you can see the exterior, just to give you an extra look, has been completely repainted. So we got a smoker out here, so I can really feel for the owners here. I'd love to get us smoked meats as well. And we also do have a built-in grill out here as well. Now, the only thing that I would mention that it doesn't have is a nice little beer fridge, but it does have room for it, just in case, just in case. Okay, so of course we have our covered area in here too for your porch. Obviously you can see yourselves relaxing in here while the guests are enjoying the pool, or maybe you are. Let's get a better shot of that. And then we do have access into the master, so you have direct access out here for that early morning. And here's a great part here too. So we get really, really good sun exposure in the morning. If you guys are like me, I'm a big morning person. I love to go out, get some meditation going on and to really start my day. And having that sun coming in here, it's fantastic. And the thing that really is really nice about this, right, is that you're not gonna get any bugs in here. If you hadn't spent a whole lot of time in Florida, we have a whole ton of Florida bugs. And you know, I love Florida in all its parts, but I don't want them bothering me when I'm trying to sit here and meditate or just, you know, enjoy the Florida weather. So this is actually really, really nice. Okay, so just want to show you a little bit further down this hallway here. I know that I showed it from the other side of the pool, but that is the access into that other spare bedroom and into where the bathroom is going to be. So that way you don't have to have your guest or anybody else besides you using the master bath in order to clean up from the pool. All right, so let's go ahead and head back inside. I don't want to leave this area, really enjoying it. We're gonna go. All right, so just once again, we'll pan through. Just can't get enough of this. All right, and we're gonna head back through the sitting area with the wine bar. All right, but before we head into the master, let's just go through the office. We do have French doors sitting here in the office. Again, those 12-foot ceilings. They have really these accent colors in here, which I think really are really nice to offset the rest of the house. So they have been using this as an office. You've got your, oh, look at how cool this is. I love this old antique writing desk. It's pretty awesome. This is technically a bedroom because we do have a window We do have doors. It is at least 7 feet long, and it does have a closet. Okay, moving on to the master. Okay, let's take a look at this. Man, this is great. All right, so tons of can lighting in here. Not that you would naturally need this because of all the natural light pouring into this room. You do have the tray ceiling. It does have rope lighting in there. It has a lot of natural light in here, so a little hard to tell. But tons of square footage. This is where a good portion of that is. This is a king size bed. And then over there, of course, is gonna be the master bath. We're gonna go in here in a sec. We got a smaller wall with a decent sized TV in here. And as I told you, these are the doors that lead out here to the pool. And as you guys have seen throughout, we have had nothing but tile throughout this home. So we have a his and hers closet. As we go through here, just to give you a quick idea of the space in here. And it has its own window. All right. This is obviously his closet because we don't get the cool window. Or if it's like my house, it's a hers and hers and I get the dresser. Okay, so as we head in here, we have dual vanities. Again, that's that Taj Mahal quartz countertop that we have on the top there. We have these brass finishes. Let me get it out of the shot here. Brass finishes, same nice fixtures that we've seen around here. And this is that complete, this is all one mirror. I know that's a little unique to see around. It's usually split up, but try and keep myself out of that shot in there. So we have this nice designer soak tub, still with those brass finishes. I'm really glad that this was kind of where it went. Gold has been coming back around. I don't know if you're a big fan of that. If you are, go ahead and leave that in the comments below. I really want to see who's liking these. All right, we have our separate commode area with its own window and natural lighting. All right, but the big feature here, all right, check this thing out. All right, this is at least a 5x6 shower area. So that's got the dual heads in here. It's also got the spray nozzles. It's a large area. It's also got the glass enclosure in here. And of course, it's got that fog window on the top to, well, I guess we'll call it opaque window on the top with all the finishings that you would want. There's just so much space in here. It's great. Okay, let's get one more shot of this in here before we head out. Great, still got me though. Ooh, it's hard to stay out of that mirror. All right. All right, so that's all we have for this house. Guys, don't go anywhere yet. Towards the end of this video, we're gonna tell you all the specifics about this home, everything that you would wanna know. And we'll also give you the price for this home here as well, currently on the market. So we've got another one that we're gonna go check out here in Sandestin. It's gonna be awesome. And guys, if you want more information about this house or anything in this area or Miramar Beach, guys, please give me a call, text, however you want to get a hold of me. I'd love to have a conversation with you to see what we could do to get these as one of your second homes or even vacation homes in the future. Or be a full-time resident. It's up to you. Come on over. Let's go check out the other home. All right, so we saw what one of those properties look like for your secondary vacation home going out here to Sandestin, part of Miramar Beach, and in that really awesome private community. What we're looking at here next, we are in the bungalows of Sandestin. Yeah, I got a cheat sheet, it's fine. But we're in the bungalows of Sandestin, just another of the many neighborhoods out here. We're actually in front of one of the many pools that we're gonna see out here for the public. And of course, this is just like a little mini area where the traffic goes around. And we also have a putting green. You know, for the avid golfer, this is perfect. But this is also one of those awesome places where you can get one of those Florida type homes and have just that Florida cottage feel, and actually be able to, you know, rent it out, make a little money, offset the cost, whatever you're looking for. So let's look at this Florida bungalow cottage home that we're going to be looking at today. And just to give you a glimpse down the neighborhood here so that you can get an idea of what the rest of these are looking like. This one already has a very unique feature to it. As you'll see, we have a lot of these golf carts. Everybody's got one of the golf carts around here, which I don't blame them, but they're all covered. This property here has an actual carport. Now that is a exception around here, so you don't necessarily have to do that, whether you're putting your car in here or, in this case, a couple of awesome golf carts. That's going to be your advantage coming out here. But let's take a look at this home, flanked by palm trees. Got that beautiful sun peering through. You know, I couldn't have timed these shots any better just for you. So let's go ahead and get inside and take a look at what you can anticipate getting a home just like this. Let's go. All right, as we open up into our Florida cottage home, we can see that we've got tile all the way through the first floor here. As we go through the foyer, we see that we've got our upstairs bedroom. We've got our main bathroom, our master down there to the right, which of course we'll take a look at, our main bedroom, and of course the kitchen. But before we proceed into this, you'll also notice we got crown molding all throughout the home in these main areas, and we have a nice area here in the foyer. Now, first and foremost here, what I want to show you is that having full laundry. Most of the time you're going to go into these, you're going to have that little stand-up unit. Oh, no, sir. No, ma'am. We've got this huge amount of space in here with two of their own washer and dryers, full for the family or the, you know, the parties that people are having out here. This is also a great little spare room. Could have been an office, but they turned this and maximized the space into two bunk beds, right? So you got two full-size beds up here, and that adds to the sleep count. Now, you know that if you are renting this out when you and your loved ones and friends and family aren't spending time in here, that's gonna add to the versatility and the desirability for those looking to rent. Now, before we get into here, we're gonna dive deep into this kitchen, but let's go ahead and head upstairs so we can see the accommodations for the guests. The first thing that I see here is that we don't have carpet on any of the landing or any of the stairs. So this is fantastic. People in this community are taking that golf cart and they're going everywhere to get the sand. That sandy beach is only a golf cart drive away from this location. However, you can see up here we do have some carpet that has been renter grade, right? But no big deal here. It's an easy fix, but as we first get up here, we get to the landing of the second floor, and we do have another family room. Now, this is an exceptional space to have here, mainly because if you have kids, teenagers that don't want to be part of the family, or you just want to separate from the rest, this is a nice area to keep this whole thing separate. So whether you're here on vacation, this is going to be your secondary home, or heck, you want to make a primary home. This is a nice separate area for this. Okay, right around here too, split between these two bedrooms, we do have a full bath. So we got that single vanity there. We have a nice big glass mirror. A glass mirror? What are you talking about? All right, and we can see here too that we got a big old mirror and some nice finishes throughout here. And lights, please. All right, so we have the glass doors throughout here too. It's got that nice chrome finish to them. This is really nice for maintenance, especially for a rental unit. It's nice because you don't have to worry about it too much, right? And to the right, let's go down here first. I wanted to show you the main bedroom up here. So this is a king size bed, just so that you get a good idea on here. This is a master suite. It does have all this natural lighting in here. It does have plenty of can lighting throughout as well. Big old closets over here too. And then we do have the master bath. So simple here. We do have our single vanities. Same things that we saw before. It does have the tile floor in here and that same type of shower. Again, this is really good. It's durable and it's exactly what you need. Again, taking a look over here. And let's go into here. Now I'm really excited to show you this room because I want to show you what it's like to maximize space, right? So they took this one single bedroom and turned it into not just one bunk, but 2 bunk beds on each side. So we fit 4 beds, 4 beds. On the top one here though, we do have your single, but we have a queen down here too. So you could even count this as 2 people on the bottom on each. So that's a grand total of 6 sleepers all in one room. At least that's what we're gonna say. But these are nice too. These units, they kind of plug and play in here. They got the little drawers throughout. They built in these steps, even for the just the non-customization that what they have here is still pretty nice. And usually down here at the bottom, this is another bed. So you could actually put into another sleep set for this, almost like a little hidden bed at the bottom. So take a look at those. Guys, if you have any questions, if you're looking to see how many beds you can fit into a description, especially when you're trying to maximize value for renters and to offset the cost of your secondary vacation home here in Florida, guys, give me a call, give me a text, whatever. Let's set up a quick phone call or a complete Zoom meeting and be happy to go through all this information with you. All right, back to the content here. Again, we've got all this. Let's head on downstairs and see the main part of the house. Now, this unit in particular, guys, has a pretty strong rental history. Like I promised with the previous home that we looked at, I'm going to give you all the particulars here at the end of this video so that you can make the best decision when just choosing your Florida getaway. Okay, there we go again for the main area in here for the kitchen, and then we go into the dining area and living room. So our main living room, dining area. Now most condos, all right, so most condos you're gonna have typically are set up like this. We've got that peninsula bar around here, and then we go into the dining area and then into that space. And usually over here, where that back porch is where you would see, you know, your balcony or whatever. This is how people maximize space and to complete what they would consider the open concept in here. Now, I do love in this kitchen here too, some of the awesome light fixtures that they put in here. Take a look at this, right? Inside of our dining room too, we also have an awesome little wine area here. I'm gonna have to find something like this. I really like this. And you can tell from our earlier home, I love a good bottle of wine. I'm more of a red wine. You guys are white wine. If you're in Europe, I like the white wine too. Okay, all right. So just moving on in here, I will tell you, just like the other home, most every one of these vacation rental homes, now even though that other one wasn't necessarily a vacation rental, all the furnishings will be coming with both of these homes, which is great. Okay, so let's go ahead and check out the main bath here. So again, as we come in here, we do have that single vanity, big old mirror, and lots of lighting. Lots of can lighting too, which is really nice. I would open this up, but this is one of those places that has an owner's closet. There's actually 2 that they've designated as owner's closets, which is fantastic. If you are coming into town and you don't want to pack all the gear for you and the family, then you can leave a lot of this stuff here and make sure that your guests don't get into it. All right, so just showing you here all the detail that they put into this. This is one of those custom showers. Did a really good job with this too. All right, let's head into the master. I mean, check this out. So into the master bed, we do have a king bed. You'll see that the floor has transitioned. It looks like, you know, wood, but it's actually tile. It's that tile that looks like the wood planking. Really durable, I love this. This is the stuff I'd have in my house just because of the way it looks, the durability. I've got a couple of dogs and I don't need to or want to replace my flooring. All right, so really for this specific unit, not a huge TV in here that you would typically anticipate, but again, you can tell that this is more of the maximize rental for this unit, but still really nice fixtures throughout here. As we transition into the original floor, we've got a big old wash. Let's try that again. We got this big old shower in here too. Again, we don't have to worry about having any curtains or replacing that. It does have a bench seat in here, plenty of space. It does have some natural lighting within here. Off to the right, we do have our commode, and we do have a nice big dual vanities with that single mirror in there. And as you can see in the mirror, we're gonna have a big old closet. This is a walk-in closet that you'll have for your master, which is part of the master bath, which is pretty common that we see around here. Okay, so what we'll go ahead and do is we're gonna go ahead and check out the kitchen in here. Kitchen. All right, so inside the kitchen, we do have, this is either a granite or a quartz. Looks more like a quartz to me. Countertop that we have throughout the kitchen actually matches the paint and everything else pretty well. As you see that we got 5 bench seats here, plus we got formal dining. Man, we are set for people. All right, in here too, we do have that farmhouse sink. Love how the deep sinks go. Again, if I'm washing anything with a handle on it, like pots and pans, I need that big sink. Don't make me suffer. All right, we do have a dishwasher. This is all stainless steel throughout here. You've got an electric range here and stove. And we do have, let's check this out. Oh, yes, and this is venting outside. So those of you cooking bacon on the weekend, because heck, we want some bacon when we're having our weekend vacation. This is good because you're not gonna smoke out the house and wake everybody else up. And if you're like my family and my friends, they're probably hungover from the night before. Okay, so going into the stainless steel appliances, we also have a nice fridge in here with, looks like some juice. If anybody wants some, just let me know. And here's the microwave. I thought we didn't have one, but here it is. It's actually in the pantry. Those are really nice built out parts in there, you know, for the shelves. So, you know, hopefully we don't have people climbing in on them. But if you did, you'd have a good spot here. So this is the part that I always love to talk about. If you guys haven't checked out my channel, definitely go check it out. We have tons of these other videos with condos, homes, pros and cons, everything, okay? However, one of the things I love to talk about is what that feeling is like. So most of us that are considering some homes like this, it's either a secondary vacation home or this is something that they're looking to rent out, but stay in the times when you want to. And then we're gonna rent it out, we're gonna try to maximize it, and we're gonna at least offset the cost of owning this. So it makes better, plus we're gonna build appreciation and all that, right? But of course, it's the feeling, we still wanna love being here, this is the legacy, this is what we're building, right? For our loved ones and for us, you know, just to take a break. So when I look out to this from the kitchen, right, I'm always thinking too, is like, how am I controlling the family? Like we talked about that in the last house, but this is really a vacation house. So I really wanna see, because I'm gonna be, you know, catered food or I'm cooking over here. And I wanna make sure that I could put things out on the counter and make sure that it's long enough that I do have that space. This is a galley kitchen technically, right? It is a galley kitchen, but you could still get at least 2 people back here. But so of course, somebody getting the drinks from the fridge, entertaining everybody else. Of course, we got that wine rack over there. So we got all these different things to maximize when you're entertaining, because that's what this whole thing is about. We got two separate areas. We got the one upstairs that I showed you. You got the one in here. You got the dining level. You got, well, pizza boxes if you get lazy, right? Or if you want to cater something in here, or if you're cooking, you've got enough stuff for this. And with all the beds that are going to be in here, and make sure your guests continue to come back, which is why this unit has such a great rental history, is because of the way that it's set up, right? So as I look out here, I'm going, yes, I can entertain, I can watch, I can see, I can hear what's going on upstairs, and I've got everything that I want here in my control. And if it's raining, I'm not rushing out to go ahead and put something over the top, because we are in Florida. It does rain, right? So I'm not worrying about that. I got my golf carts and everything else there that's already covered. Perfect, right? So let's go ahead and flip this around. And once again, just to give you that feel, I really want you to understand what that is all about. Love it. Can you feel it? I can feel it too. I feel like we're in a music video now. Okay, so where we're going now is we're gonna head out back. There is another place. Again, we are entertaining, right? This is our vacation home. Now, the best part about this is we may be sitting next to more of a drainage ditch out here. It's not gonna normally be, it's usually heavy rains, which we don't always get, but this is screened in. So even though it's pretty moist outside, we're not gonna get them Florida bugs going in here. But we do have a nice area, nice little table out here. This is a good place if you're gonna come out, smoke a cigar, cigarette, whatever you're into, or just have a couple of drinks, just enjoying the actual weather. And then also you do have the nice patio with our pavers and a little grill, right? So if you wanna come out here and grill, enjoy the area. Now our neighbors are a little bit close, but that's what you're gonna get for the bungalows, and of course being in the Sandestin community. And there are just so many different cool things in the Sandestin community that you can go out to. You got Baytown, of course you got the beach, which is what I already spoke about. You've got golf, which I love to go golf. So I should bring a tent with me because I'm camping in the woods most of the time, or hitting other people's houses. Yeah, I'm that guy. Please don't judge me for that. But there's just so many different things in here with the different neighborhoods. Now, there are some fees associated depending upon what neighborhood that you're going to be in, and of course, different rules that will govern that. Guys, if you have questions, please give me a call, shoot me a text. I'm happy to answer any of those for you, specifically for what you're looking for. And I know that I've said that it's going to offset the cost. It may be able to cash flow. It depends on the financing and what's going on in the market. Here towards the end of 2025, when this video has been recorded, it's a market where it's going to offset the cost. Let's just be honest, okay? But it is a great long-term play if you can think beyond that with appreciation and everything else, if you are looking in that investment mode. But even still, this is a great time to get into the market before that next boom clicks over here next year. I can't tell you exactly when that's going to happen, but it is coming, guarantee you. All right, let's head back inside. All right, so just getting another angle through here. And then the last bit that I want to show you is going to be outside here. So we can go through the side door. Here we are in that covered carport that we looked at earlier today. So we got two golf carts. Of course, there was a lot of beds, right? So we're going to need those. This is the fast one, and this is the station wagon. Who remembers station wagons? Come on. All right, and then also too, you're like, hey, where are all the beach supplies? There are some places for that for you and your guests. We do have this area back here, so it's not just completely a carport. So you got all those fun beach supplies. Throw in that golf cart, head over to that private beach, head over across Highway 98, which you do have access to do, because there's a cool little path for you to go to in order to access that. All right, guys, so that's all that we have for this specific unit here over in the bungalows here. Absolutely gorgeous place. Love this neighborhood that's here. And guys, if you do like any of these homes or looking for something very similar to this, you know, and you're thinking about having this lifestyle, whether secondary home or looking into vacation rentals, you know, give me a call. I'd love to chat with you to see if we can help meet your goals and expectations the best way we can. If you are going to move here, I'd hate for you to go ahead and invest and not have all the facts and the local insight that you may run into some unexpected things, especially here in Sandestin or really anywhere in Miramar Beach, and you may get pretty frustrated with that move. So as a local, I'm knowledgeable of this area. I've worked here, I've lived around here. I've helped many families, veterans, active duty, anybody eager to move out here. I'm an Air Force vet myself, so I want to make sure that you have the best and easiest experience possible. And of course, I'm always going to give it to you straight. That's my military background coming for you. But we've helped tons of people relocate. We've helped so many people come out here and find that gem, that thing that's going to be part of their family for a long time and really going to be very equitable as time continues to roll down, even in a difficult market, right? But it's been from Miramar to Destin-Fort, anywhere here on the Emerald Coast, I've got you. I'm gonna make sure that this is simple, easy, and stress-free when it comes to purchasing one of these awesome units. So go ahead and give me a call. I'm happy to help out. Call, text me, whatever you need to do, and we'll go ahead and get you on the next track. But don't go anywhere yet. We still have the information about this home and the home before, and we also got some great information coming up here for new videos if you like this one. For that first house that we went out to over there on Burnt Pines Golf Course there, the one over on the fourth green there, that one is actually at 2.35 is where it's currently listed at. That was a 3,040 square foot home out there in that area. Again, it is not open for rentals for that specific one, at least not short-term rentals. So if you're looking for a very nice community, a gated community that's really going to make sure that it's only the owners getting in there. Trust me, I had a little trouble getting in myself. It's a great place to go. Okay, and for this one behind me, that one is listed at $950,000, right? That's that 4-bedroom, 4-bath that we just went ahead and looked at. This one was just shy of 2,000 square feet at 1,998 back there. And of course, right across the street from the pool, so it's pretty much like you have your own. Plus you got that golf cart and everything else out there, new HVAC, all the good bones in there. You can always come in and make it your own. So just like we did in the first home, they came in and made that thing entirely themselves and made it look as beautiful as it possibly can. So you guys have that opportunity too. If you got any questions on how to do this properly, you need connections, want to make sure that it's not just transactional, that you have somebody behind your back for this entire process, give me a call or text. I'm happy to help. Now, with that being said, I've got more and more of these videos coming up, guys, so definitely check them out. They'll be here, or wherever YouTube algorithm wants them to go. So make sure to check out some more channels, guys. We'll see you in the next time. See ya. I think this one's pretty good.